In 1987, Donald Trump stepped off an Aeroflot jet into the cold drizzle of Moscow, believing he arrived as an American tycoon, yet Russian intelligence saw a vanity-hungry billboard in human form, ready to absorb their message. Escorts from the Soviet State Tourism Agency front office for the KGB First Directorate ushered him through customs with smiles too rehearsed to be true, tagging his luggage, his schedule, even his ego. They placed him in the National Hotel, suite bugged behind mahogany panels, minibar stocked by surveillance officers. A travel liaison explained that the Kremlin admired risk-takers who defied dull Washington bureaucrats. Every sentence stroked his ambition like a hand against silk. Next morning he crossed Red Square beside a cultural attaché whose real badge bore Lubyanka's crimson stamp. The attaché praised Trump's bravado, spoke of skyscrapers piercing socialist clouds, and floated the idea of a gleaming Trump Tower on the Moskva River. KGB profilers observing through telephoto lenses noted the spark in his eyes and scribbled a single verdict: receptive. Evening delivered a private banquet hidden within the Grand Kremlin Palace. Crystal caviar bowls and Baltica bottles marched across a table longer than a bowling lane. A general in impeccably pressed uniform quoted Art of the Deal back to its author, proving they had digested not just his book but his psychology. Between toasts they dangled soft credit development loans, casino licenses in Black Sea resorts, and the promise of a personal meeting with Gorbachev, each offer designed to tether aspiration to dependence. Later, Trump toured Lenin Stadium under floodlights flipped on solely for him. The empty arena thundered with canned applause pumped through hidden speakers, giving him the sensation of ruling a phantom crowd. Agents logged his grin and filed it under operant conditioning, subject response to orchestrated adulation. That night, bed sheets embroidered with Soviet crests were turned down by a hospitality team trained to vanish when cameras clicked on. Tape reels spun behind mirrored glass, cataloging every phone call, every boast, every whispered fantasy of dominance. Technicians clipped highlights into a psychological dossier thicker than the Moscow telephone directory. Before departure, handlers encouraged Trump to share his novel insight that NATO allies freeload on American protection. Back in New York, he published that message in the New York Times, unaware he was echoing Soviet strategic doctrine word for word. The Kremlin celebrated. Their newly polished asset spoke louder from Manhattan than any Radio Moscow broadcast. Declassified memos later revealed his file marked active, status promising, potential high. Analysts concluded he prized admiration over ideology and could be steered with praise, prestige, and the illusion of partnership. From that first drink of Russian flattery he carried a silent tracer in his bloodstream, guiding choices for decades while he insisted he was nobody's pawn. Russian intelligence never needed him to sign a contract, they only needed him to believe the spotlight came from his own star rising. Seeds planted that day never stopped germinating. In November 2013, Moscow glittered with neon ice while Miss Universe rehearsed beneath chandeliers hung like alien moons. Donald Trump prowled Crocus City Hall as if an imperial banner, cameras devouring every grin, yet the real plot unfolded behind a service elevator. Near midnight, two men in black coats rolled a titanium case along a staff corridor and bypassed guards with a coded handshake. Hotel CCTV that normally pulsed green glitched into snow as the elevator climbed. The blackout originated from a console inside Lubyanka. Outside Suite 733, attendants cinched thick curtains, turning a penthouse into a vault of secrecy. The case exhaled a hiss of vacuum, revealing velvet trays glowing crimson. A gold-rimmed tablet awakened, replaying a muted clip, blurred silhouettes, champagne arcing like comets. Trump stared, pupils flickering in the screen's light while the taller courier congratulated his genius and promised limitless partnership if he savored the gift. They called it hospitality, though no brochure ever listed such currency. Crystal decanters labeled for presidential suite only flanked envelopes bearing foreign ministry seals, each hiding property deeds, fast-track visas, and a numbered bank card funded offshore. An antique Faberge egg nestled among silk ties stitched with double-headed eagles, every thread whispering empire. A monogrammed USB drive lay atop the pile, capped with scarlet wax, marked, for future negotiations. In the adjoining room waited two global models and a third performer unknown to Western tabloids yet legendary among oligarchs. Trump's security detail lingered downstairs, believing their boss was reviewing show notes, unaware microphones inside crystal fixtures captured every breath. Minutes stretched like molten glass, and whatever transpired after the couriers closed the door survives only in censored transcripts more black than polar night. At 2:14 a.m. the suite phone dialed an unlisted line traced to Russia's government reception house, lasting 47 seconds, metadata scrubbed, audio gone. Dawn found the titanium case vanished, its absence betrayed only by faint wheel scars on marble and a housekeeping order stamped confidential. Trump marched into arena rehearsals praising Moscow's generosity, pocket buzzing with a new phone preloaded with contacts saved as Cyrillic initials. That afternoon he tweeted dreams of raising Russia's tallest tower, phrased exactly like a note slid under his door before sunrise. Crowds saw crowns, sashes, fireworks. Beneath the stage wires funneled fresh footage to a fortress where strategists calibrated leverage with mathematician precision. Every smile, every toast, every whispered promise that weekend was catalogued as a bargaining chip scheduled to detonate in a future campaign. Journalists later chasing the rumor hit walls of silence, but sources inside the FSB revealed the codename for that night, Operative Sapphire. The goal was not blackmail, it was emotional leash, delivering euphoria so intoxicating the subject would crave fresh doses. Trump flew home praising Russian loyalty, carrying a memory card hidden in cufflinks shaped like miniature towers. Every grin he flashed afterward carried the shimmer of Moscow's midnight neon, and the gift nobody witnessed kept glowing inside corridors of power long after the spotlights dimmed.